All right, guys. Today is October 3rd, 2023. We're taking a look at SPX on the 1 hour time frame. It is 5:51 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so the market is long but closed. So today was a very interesting day. Today we had that move to the downside that I was expecting. We finally got the move. Okay. I was very happy about that. I capitalized for sure. We got that move that I was expecting to the downside. Now, I was expecting it yesterday on Monday, but we got it today. Better late than never. We finally got that move to the downside that I was expecting all weekend and Friday. And it was a pretty big move. Wow, we moved down almost basically 70 points on SPX and about $7 there on SPY. So it was a pretty significant move. Now, the best move would have been right in the morning, which is the one that I took. I took one trade today. Okay, I made about $1,462 today, which for me was about 50% return. So I was really happy with that. I know it's not the most amount of money, but that's not what matters. What matters is I got 50% ROI. That's what matters. That's for me, 50% ROI is amazing. Very happy with that. So we're going to look at ES and we're also going to look at SPX. So as you can see, the majority of the move that happened was on that first candle there at 6:30 a.m. on the 1 hour time frame, which is exactly the trade that I took. Okay. So if we look at the day yesterday, I mean yesterday was honestly a very tricky day for trading. Like the price action was pretty challenging to read and it was like honestly all over the place. I was not a fan of it, and it was definitely hard to read. So I would say, and I would argue for the most part, that yesterday we were pretty much sideways. We were technically in a downtrend, but then at the end of the day, we went back to an uptrend on the 1 hour. So this morning, we basically opened up and we basically started coming down right away. We made that lower low on the 1 hour. We made another higher low right there, another lower low, and then another higher low right here. And as you can see, this is beautiful. Look at where this candle stopped. This candle closed right below the previous lower low. Like that could not have rejected at a more perfect level. You know what I mean? So what this suggests to me is either another move lower tomorrow, or tomorrow we might just be sideways going into the open. So we'll go into the 50-minute time frame here. We'll kind of show you exactly where we entered. But as you can see, the price action on the 1 hour time frame today was a pure downtrend. You got your lower lows, you got your higher lows. Beautiful downtrend there on the 1 hour. Okay. So now let's go over the 15. So on the 50-minute time frame, as you can see, there's that fucking move I was talking about. All right, big move right there. How much was that? That was from there all the way down. That was basically a 50-point move. So if you caught that, you're smiling all day long. And that was a big move. So I'm gonna point out where you could have also have taken a trade. I personally did not, but there was a second time where you could have taken a trade and it worked out. Granted, I didn't take it because I was already happy with my 50% ROI. That was more than enough for me. But I will explain exactly what happened. So, as you can see, first candle green at 6:30, second candle green as well. And at 7 a.m., we had a massive change of direction. If you guys pay attention to the economy, at 7 a.m., we had the JOLTS jobs report opening, and that was an economic report that was released at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you follow Forex Factory, you should know this. And this caused the market to just, like it just came down super quick right away. Look at the size of that candle in the 50-minute time frame. Now, typically, I don't do this. Okay, this is risky. So I took a small risk here for sure. So as soon as the JOLTS job report came out and it was released, there was so much selling pressure right away, and I took it upon myself to to say basically if we were to surpass, so we have a daily level right here, and this is 4267. That's my level on the daily time frame. That's a daily support level. I said to myself, okay, based on this candle reacts in regards to this report, okay, I told myself that if we break this level on the daily, okay, now I never do this, okay, I actually went over to the 3 minute time frame because I did not want to miss this move, okay. On the 3 minute time frame, this is something that I very rarely do unless there's like some sort of economic report that I'm trying to capitalize on, which today I did. So this was the price action going into the open today, and this candle here is at 657. The candle right before the report opened up at 7. So this here, okay, this big red candle is the 7 a.m. candle on the 3 minute time frame. I told myself, if we break below this daily level, I'm in. Okay, I'm in. So we broke below that level, and we broke it by like a huge margin. So as soon as we broke that level, I got in immediately after that candle closed, right at 7:03 a.m. Okay. Now my target was this daily level down here, so I was gonna ride this thing to the daily. That was my target. Okay. Now this other level right here was my first target, and my second target, which is my final target, was right here, my daily. Okay, so two levels, 4240 and 4227. So I got in right here. As soon as I got in, I switched back to the 50-minute time frame. I hate watching my trades play out on the 3 minute time frame because it stresses me out, and there's a lot of like uneasy price action, and it's very easy for you to get stopped out or shaken out because you're like nervous or you're afraid or you see something you don't like. The 50-minute time frame moves very smoothly. It moves pretty consistently. The price action is a lot easier to read on the 50-minute time frame. That's my favorite time frame to trade with. So I got in right there, and then I rode it all the way down. I sold 40% of my position at 4240, and then the final 60% there at 4227. So I capitalized really good on that trade. I made $1,462 on that trade. It's not the most amount of money I've made, but that's not what matters. What matters is the ROI. 50% ROI is amazing. If you're making 50% ROI every day, you're laughing. You're laughing. So I was really happy with that. And yeah, so I was completely out of the trade as soon as we hit that level. And then we bounced up off that level to my surprise, and we, just kind of basically went up a little bit. And the only reason why that happened was because people were taking profits. And that's exactly what this is, people taking profits. So here's the second time you could have traded. So as you can see here, the 50-minute time frame went up, and this is your lower low down here on the 15. Okay, your previous higher low is right there. So we came down. That's the first lower low. Then you have a higher low. Then you have a lower low. Now we came up, and we did not make a higher high. We made another higher low, which was really nice to see, right? But then instead of making a lower low, we made a lower high. So this suggested a potential trend change, a potential trend reversal, like a potential reversal to the upside. That's what that suggested. Not confirmed, just a suggestion, right? So once that happened, I was looking for some sort of indication of a confirmation back to the downside. So we did pump up a little bit. So once that candle closed here at 10 a.m., right, we made a lower high. So one could suggest, okay, we're going to go up now. And we did. We did actually go up. And you could have taken a trade right there, and you could have, sold right at this level, and you would have made money. But that's a really small move, and I didn't care to make that. Plus, it's counter trend on the 1 hour, and I don't do that. So I only trade as long as it's on the same trend as the 1 hour and the 15. I don't do counter trend trades. That's too risky for me. So What was very interesting is we went up, we rejected right away, and then we came down and we closed below the previous higher low. So as you know, this one was the previous higher low, okay? But then we made a lower high, which suggested a trend reversal, and then instead of making a higher high, we made a higher low again. So this again suggested another potential reversal to the downside. So at this point, we made a lower high and then we made a higher low. So at this point, I thought to myself, we're sideways. We're not going anywhere because the market doesn't know what it wants to do. We just made a lower high and then we just made a higher low. It's not consistent. It's not. It's it's best to just sit out. And that was my thought process at that time, right? I want to see consistency. I don't want to see one of this, then one of that, then one of this, then one of that. I want to see consistency when I'm trading. But again, like I was saying, the dominant trend on the 1 hour time frame was bearish. We were in a downtrend on the 1 hour. So technically, when you saw this candle here and it made a higher low on the 15, what it's telling you is a potential reversal to the downside. And you have the confirmation of the 1 hour telling you the same thing, right? Because the 1 hour is already bearish and we know that. And the 50-minute time frame right here, when it made that higher low, it was suggesting that we're going to go down now. And we did. We went down. So I'm going to quickly switch over to SPY because I have more levels. So technically on SPY, this right here is the exact same area that we're talking about. This candle closed with a fairly large wick from below, and it closed as a doji. Dojis signify a lot of weakness and a potential reversal. I do typically like trading doji candles only if they have a really long wick from below or from above, depending on the direction of the trend. So obviously, for those people that are more risk averse, what you could have done is you could have entered as soon as this candle closed at 10:15. And you could have traded all the way down to this daily level right here, and you would have made a lot of money as well. That would have been a very nice trade. I granted not take that trade. You could have had three targets in mind. You could have had this level right here at 421.49, another one right here at 420.59, and another one at 420.24. So if I were to take that trade, those would have been my levels, and that would have been basically it for the day. As far as the rest of the day is concerned, there was no trades for me in my strategy. There was only this one right here, and then the one that I took earlier in the morning. Obviously, the one earlier in the morning was much better. There was way more profit and volatility with that trade, so the ROI was better. So I was happy that I took that trade. Now, I wanted to show you guys before we end this video. I wanted to show you guys ES. Okay. So on the daily time frame, all right, as on Friday when the candle closed on Friday on the daily, we had this beautiful higher low that was created, and I said just with this, the way the price action was looking, I was explaining to you guys, I was extremely bearish and I was expecting a very large move to the downside on Monday morning. Granted, we didn't get that. We did get another red candle with a large wick from below, and it did move down, but it did not move down as much as I wanted. Today, on Tuesday, October 3rd, we finally got that move that I was expecting. I was expecting this move, but after yesterday, I wasn't sure anymore. But sure enough, today we finally got that move. And as you can see, that candle was massive, right? It broke below all the previous lower lows. We got a brand new lower low on the daily time frame. So now we're either going to keep going down and make a new lower low, or potentially what could happen is we could reverse and make a higher low on the daily time frame before we go ahead and make another lower low. So we will have to wait and see what happens tomorrow and just play our cards right, stay safe, and protect our capital. So I'll keep you guys updated on what I see tomorrow and basically if I take any trades. But yeah, that's that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow.